change. But now they get changed. They find the change strange. They want things arranged. The same set shouting out for yellow, them crying out evermore. I really want the Jonah to go, but right now I sorry for sure. Oh my God, the fellas don't shit down in the toilet. Better do it quick. Expo man don't need to flush them out. A man he must leave. In green they believe. Let's kill them as fleas. Revenge we must achieve. Even poor people keep give both free. But that them make really want money. If that's proper transparency, oh my God, bring back Jonah for we. Oh my God, the people want change. But now they get changed. They find the change strange. They want things arranged. The same set shouting out for yellow, them crying now evermore. I really want the Jonah to go, but right now I'm sorry for sure. Oh my God, them fellas don't shit down in the toilet. Better do it quick. Expo man don't eat, flush them out. Oh my God. We find no money inside the treasury. What new car I see, them driving daily. They know damn well they would not do better. They like the whole of Grenada. Sooner than Judas get power, no pension for grandma and grandpa. Oh my God, the people want change. But now they get changed. They find the change strange. They want things arranged. The same set shouting out for yellow, them crying now evermore. I really want the Jonah to go, but right now I'm sorry for sure. Oh my God, them fellas don't shit down in the toilet. Better do it quick. Expo man don't eat, flush them out. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Grenada. Somebody wave your hands and give me praise. Say, we can't sit down. We can't sit down. No, we can't sit down. We can't sit down. Grenada, what you say? We can't sit down. We can't sit down. No, we can't sit down. We can't sit down. Do you know why? For all he has done for me, how he set my spirit free. He even drank a bit of cup for me. No, me can't sit down. From Carriacou to Calvary, he took the walk for you and me. Then they nailed him to a tree. No, me can't sit down. Grenada, can't sit down. Me can't sit down. No, me can't sit down. Excuse me. What do you say? Me can't sit down. Me can't sit down. Grenada, can't sit down. Me can't sit down. Listen to me. So no matter what you say about me, no matter what you do to me, see I know I have the victory. So I can't sit down. He places a fire down in my soul, and the Holy Ghost is in control. The blood of Jesus satisfies. I give me pass, let me testify. Grenada, can't sit down. Me can't sit down. No, me can't sit down. Me can't sit down. My God, can't sit down. Me can't sit down. I refuse. He's been good to me. I gotta testify. Put up your hands and give him praise. Put up your hands and Grenada. Somebody give him glory. I say no way. He's been too good to me. I gotta test. No matter what you say about me, no matter what you do to me, see I know I have the victory. So I can't sit down. He places a fire down in my soul, and the Holy Ghost is in control. The blood of Jesus satisfies. Please give me pass, let me testify. Say me can't sit down.
And good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. Yes, indeed.
Hey, put up your hands and I give him praise. He's been good. Walk you up.
I don't know for you all on the outside, but I think I've Yeah, I'm getting my voice. Okay, I think it's okay now. Yeah, it's okay on my end now.
I make no apology. He's been good to me. Brought me
A special good night to all of you joining us.
put my feet around to stay.
Those of you joining via We Noise Radio 94.9, Sister Isle FM 92.9. It is the Friday Night Forum. You know, we discuss all sorts of things in the Friday Night Forum, eh?
Yes, we move it, NNP, we move it. Yes, we move it. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Old people, they say,
Just one of those nights, huh?
I go. If something and break, don't fix it, leave it so. And up to this day, this I still maintain. This is why I say, Nazim never again. Everybody know, about 6 years ago, where this country were, we can't go back there no more. Not saying we reach, but we on that path. So let's keep moving, with NNP, there is no turning back. Let the truth be told, one just can't ignore. Let's keep moving, must admit we better off than before. Let's keep moving, we run the right path, so no.
Well, yeah, the party, not the country.
Don't stop, don't stop. Give me the duck now. What? Moving. Yes, we moving. Moving. Yes, we moving.
You know, let's give them another Sheldon Douglas. Yeah, since we're touching Sheldon Douglas, let me give them another Sheldon Douglas, man. Yeah, we'll give them one one of the best ever political. Yeah.
For there is a wind of change, it blowing through the Spice Island.
Good night to you, Mr. Hudson and Mrs. Marina Macphail. Hope you all are having a wonderful night tonight.
Listen to the people, Mr. PM.
Roy and Mr. Matud up there in Happy Hill, yeah.
Cause the wind is turning around. At all. Like all you did only.
Mr. Thomas, you and your lovely wife up there in Happy Hill as well. Good night to you.
That all you can do a thing. At all. Poor people balling, they can't eat a meal. So what? It's like all you deaf and can't hear that still. Still waiting for one project to take off. Like it's only Nazim how them could start. But prepare yourself and ban your belly. Cause the wind turn around heading back for we.
Yeah, you, Mr. Thomas and Miss Mavis Charles. Good night to both of you.
In the next direction, man, the wind of change. It blowing back where he came from. Hear the people out there.
Brianna, good night.
We want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they
Good night to you, Zayla.
we
Zayla, good night to you, huh? Right.
sick. We want kids. So they need a doctor to come fix it. We want
Zalia, good night to you.
the young men out on the block.
Deshaun, good night to you.
The old
Zoe, good night to you.
to them. Every day is blah, 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 blah. That alone. And they can't see action to back it up. Oh, Lord.
Neela and Namara, good night to both of you as well, yeah.
I say be careful, the wind turning around. Be careful.
So as I said, we're changing around stuff inside here. The phone lines are open. It is the Friday Night Forum. And as usual with the Friday Night Forum, the phone lines are open from the time we say go, yeah? So the phone lines are open, huh?
It looks so. Teachers pondering on what they go do. The bushing program, or you cut that too. Oh, people, sir. 600 million, as they say he have. Why you still living for people to stop? No talk about corruption anymore. Don't fool on yourself, cause the people know. They know. So I said the wind of change. It's blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change. It's blowing back where he came from. Hear the people out on the streets. We want kids.
I think we had to do a 2024 version, eh, Sheldon? We had to do a remix, man.
We want kids. All you know, all you lie and cheat. We want kids. But payback is a son of a hole. We want kids. Hear the young ladies in the tongue.
Folks, remember to like and share the program. Like and share the program. It's now 8 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock.
Still waiting for some good
At least by my clocks inside here. Yeah, everything's saying 8 minutes after 8.
children born in the sun. Oh, Lord. Be careful, sir.
Also remember, folks, our good friend Turkey celebrated his birthday this week, yeah? And also remember to donate at account number 211093 that's at the Nexa Credit Union.
No talk, no employment.
And for donations to the program, you remember, the link is there on the Facebook, it's there on the YouTube. Yeah, the pay.gotofet.com. Yes, that's where donations to the program. Yeah.
They say they can't wait for another year. Keep playing your deaf and all you can't hear. Listen, but I said you win.
So we're updating and upgrading, as we did say we would be doing in 2024.
Change it blowing back where you came from.
Yeah, you can hear the little one in the background, can't you? Yeah, he's there.
We want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country groaning in pain. We want kids, we want kids. They will never make that mistake.
You know, I think I'm going to touch one more. Yeah, let me touch one more before we go into it tonight.
Everybody singing one song.
What is singing?
The election coming there, you know who they're voting for. You have a kind of chorus they were singing to.
Let me hear.
If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. I know.
Me partner Tilly meet me, I tell you he vex like hell. He says Spider Grenade, you go vote back Dr. Mitchell. I said Tilly 5 years now you there you.
Good night to you, Sandra.
And Grenadian people no stupid, they know it.
Sure, my Jeremiah, good night to you.
Okay,
Alan and Michelle, good night to you.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
Mr. and Mrs. Crookshank, it's been quite a while since I've seen both of you. Good night.
Tell me, who you voting?
Instead of NDC walking to build the country, look how they fighting like dog and cat in their own party. Some NDC supporters say they can't take no more, and they make Tillman get so vexed. Till he fire Joe and they singing no cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
Squad, no cookie eye, no cookie eye. Lindan.
Who you voting?
So, folks, remember it's happening tomorrow at the Hope Beach in St. Andrew.
We cry it. If NDC win
The St. Andrew Southeast branch of the New National Party.
win again, we cry it.
They're having the beach lime at Hope Beach. That's going to be taking place tomorrow starting at 10 a.m.
Change was coming in.
Free waters and oil down. Barbecue on sale.
We'll happy. If you thought
Well-stocked bar and music by a popular DJ. Don't you dare miss it. So it's the St. Andrew Southeast NNP Youth Arm.
I know.
me partner Tilly meet me, I tell you
They will be having that beach lime at Hope Beach tomorrow.
can go vote back Dr. Mitchell. I said Tilly 5 years now you there, you don't have to vex. And Grenadian people are stupid.
It starts at 10 a.m. and it goes up until,
No cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
Squad, no cookie eye. No cookie eye. Lindan.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
Instead of
Also remember the NNP St. John branch, they've got that oil down sale taking place tomorrow.
own party.
Pot ton down on the west coast.
I said they can't take no more. And they make Tillman get so
Price only $20.
singing no.
They're starting at 11:30, yeah? So all pot on the west coast turn down.
Squad, no.
Head on out and check out the NNP St. John branch.
Who you voting?
They've got the oil down and they've also got the cake sale taking place as well. So that's taking place tomorrow.
If NDC win,
Out there in Grand Roy, close to the medical station.
NDC win again, we crying. Oh Lord. If NDC win again, we balling. I know.
And this is a wind of change was coming in the country.
Even those of you in town, you could send up and get your oil long and thing. You know. Those of you in Sutters, you could send down and get your oil long and thing. You know. Yeah.
Thing you see, they say and
So that's the NNP St. John branch, yeah?
and they singing no cookie eye. No cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
Squad, no cookie eye. No cookie eye. Lindan.
Who you voting?
And folks, next week, Tuesday, yes, it's going to be at the Monjali Drew RC School, the St. George Southeast Constituency branch of the New National Party. We'll be having that constituency meeting. Come on out and listen to the leaders of the party as they speak on very important issues of national importance. Yes, so come on out and hear what they have to say.
NDC win again, we balling. If NDC win again, we crying. Oh Lord. If NDC win again, we balling. I know.
Me partner Tilly meet me, I tell you he vex like hell. He says Spider Grenade, you go vote back Dr. Mitchell. I said Tilly 5 years now you there, you don't have to vex. And Grenadian people are stupid, they know where to put the X and they singing no cookie eye. No cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me.
So the St. Andrew Southeast Constituency branch of the New National Party.
Cookie eye. Lindan.
Who you voting? Tell me. Who
political leader, former prime minister, former minister of national security. I have to start adding that one in when I calling thing too, because then you just know what a real minister of national security does act like, do one thing, right? Nice. So Dr. Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, he will be there along with Honorable Emlyn Pear, the Honorable Peter David, and of course the still Honorable Gregory Bowen, yeah?
No cookie eye, no cookie eye, Lindan.
If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. If NDC win again, we cry it.
Next week, Wednesday, the meeting moves to St. Patrick West. And of course, yes, Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be there. Honorable Emlyn Pear will be there. The Lioness, that's what I like to call her, Dr. Clarice Modest. Yeah, that's call her the Lioness and everything come across, get it for her. Right? Dr. Clarice Modest, good night to you. And of course, Mr. Victor Bello Phillip, yeah, that's going to be taking place at the Chantemel RC School next Wednesday, starting at 6:30 p.m. All meetings start at 6:30 p.m. So those of you in St. Patrick West, St. Patrick East, St. Mark's, yeah, you want to come on out, head on out to that meeting.
Ready, Uncle Bossing go win. Man, we fed up. Let the chorus come in. No cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad? No cookie eye, no cookie eye. Lindan.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
And yes, folks, we also have taking place next week, Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. On Thursday, the meeting moves to, oh no, I put it up and I take it off here. St. George Northeast Constituency Branch. They're having that meeting taking place next week, Thursday, 6:30 p.m. at the Willis Community Center. Political leader Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, the Honorable Peter David, and yeah, our good police partner, they still call him our police. Once our police, always our police. Honorable, in my view, Nimrod Oliver. Good night to you, Mr. Nimrod Oliver. Hope you're having a wonderful night tonight.
Corruption, embarrassment, and shame. So in order to maintain power against the very forces of nature, they need to have the citizens living in fear.
Remember the phone numbers 4407377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program.
But be not afraid.
Good night to those of you on the WhatsApp.
For will come suddenly.
I have to do some reformatting for a group and thing there for, yeah, again a lot of requests here.
So to the evil works of evil men come to, soon to come to an end. I sing.
Folks, also remember Easter Sunday, it's going to be taking place, the NNP Big Lime. Yeah, that's going to be taking place. I'm going to pull up the thing, man. Nice poster, NNP Big Lime. That's going to be taking place at the Grand Mall playing field. And it's going to be starting at 11 a.m. until roughly about 8:30 p.m. Huh? They're going to have music, games, food, and drinks on sale.
Godly men who don't care that the devil takes over their kingdom, they would kneel.
Looking forward to see you there. All my good friends and so from all around the island. Those of you in Carriacou, if you're down for that weekend, that's Easter weekend, we're going to see, yeah? So that's the NNP Big Lime at the Grand Mall playing field taking place on Easter Sunday.
Yeah. Now workers who want to please their employers and their bosses by victimizing their neighbor because today their party is in power. I see. But they know what they do is wrong, and it's weighing their conscience down because all men know that no man knows the hour.
And DNG in conjunction with NNP presents the big garden party that's going to be taking place on Easter Monday, starting at 5 p.m. 1 Shaney Lane, Lansapine. Tickets cost a $300 single, $500 for couples. Music by a live band and exotic food prepared by professional chef. Premium drinks. Along with that, excellent, wonderful people will be there as well, yeah? Believe me, I never met a nicer bunch of people in a long time than I met there last year. And live band music to shake your leg, eh? Yeah. If you know you have to put on the knee brace or you have to give it a little rub before you come, know what you have to do, eh? Yeah. That garden party does be, off the hook. Folks, 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. And looking at this weekend's newspapers, if you could consider some of them newspapers, because as far as I'm concerned, some of them are just political rag sheets anyway. But anyhow, yeah, I realized that one of them was speaking to the possibility, that the Grenada will be facing a lawsuit, a multi-million-dollar lawsuit in relation to the deaths of the 2 visitors to the island by the escaped prisoners. So there's the possibility now that Grenada will be facing that possibility, and it's a very, very real possibility that Grenada may be facing. Nice, yeah.
But be not afraid, for will come suddenly.
So who don't want to take responsibility and who saying they ain't taking personal responsibility? Go and tell the court up in New York or wherever they go on with the case, whichever part of the United States, go and tell them that we
Soon to come to an end.
Took 23 days, roughly 23 days before they said a word in relation to the issue. Up to when they were interviewed this week, they had not even had the common courtesy, decency, or humanity to reach out to the children of these 2 people. At least, if the leader of our country had reached out to these 2 young men and spoken to them and given our concern and our empathy and shown sympathy and shown some sort of humanity, if at least that had been done, then you may not have ended up in the situation where they've decided to take it out on Grenada through the court system, yeah? But then again, to show humanity and to show empathy and to show care and concern, you have to have that within you. That's not something that you could fake, People doesn't know when you're faking it. You have to actually care about people. That is something that comes naturally. So no advisor has to come to you and say, Mr. Prime Minister, we think that you need to speak to these people. Yeah? These 2 people have lost their parents. They can't even get a body up to now to say that they're going to bury, or that they're going to cremate, or that they're going to do whatever. They can't even say that they got a body to say a final goodbye. So these individuals are left in limbo. And in a sense, that's even worse than when you do get a body and there's a finality to it. In that there's always this thing to the back of your mind that this person may just pop up one day. Till the day you close your eyes, it would be there that this person might just pop up one day. Or you may see somebody walking somewhere and you might think, well, that's the person. Because the person has gone, you never got them to say goodbye or to be sure of what has happened with them. They just disappeared. And then when you start hearing about what they went through before that happened, and you're telling me that somebody who looks at that and knows, not thinks, this is what these young men are going through. You didn't find it necessary as the head of government in Grenada, as the leader of the cabinet of Grenada, as the leader of your political party, as the chief among ministers, You did not find it necessary to actually reach out to the family, have a word with them, say some comforting words to them. Maybe you don't know how to do that. Yeah? But at least if you don't know how to do it, you could have gotten someone else from your cabinet. Well, when you look at your cabinet, I know it's a difficult one, but at least you might have been able to find somebody from your cabinet that could have halfway fake it. But no, what we left with now, facing the possibility of a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, yeah?
Well,
the Prime Minister wouldn't say it, let me say it. On behalf of all Grenadians, we are sorry, we apologize, and we are deeply hurt by what has happened. It is not reflective of our island. It is not reflective of our people. It is not reflective of our culture. Grenadians are by nature a peaceful, loving, and caring people. That's why Grenadians can be found all over the world, working in various fields of hospitality and so on, because we are hospitable people. We are a caring people, which is why when you go to the UK and you go to some of the hospices, you go to some of the convalescence homes and so on, you go to the hospitals, you find Grenadians working there. Not just because it's a job and they're looking for money, because it's in our nature. When you go to the US and you have people like Nurse Maguire, you have Kathy, you have all these people who have worked in the medical field caring for people, you realize that that is in the nature of us as Grenadians. When you go to Canada and you have people like Patty and Matthew and so on, who work along with people who people fall in love with because they're so nice and they always entice people, come down to Grenada and so on. That's the type of people we are. What has happened is an aberration. An aberration. It is not the norm. Grenadians are a peaceful people. A Grenadian is more likely, if they see someone interfering with somebody who we may gauge to be a foreigner, the Grenadian is more likely than not to intervene, to protect that person, to give that person guidance and get that person out of the area or something like that, in the few instances that that does happen. So please do not take what has happened as a reflection of what we as Grenadians are and our country is. At the same token, yeah, on my own behalf, on behalf of many Grenadian people, I am proposing to talk on behalf of all Grenadians, but on behalf of many Grenadian people, I would like to implore you all to please avoid taking the country to court for what has happened. Please try to avoid taking our country to court for what has happened. We understand your pain. We understand your suffering. We understand what you are going through. But by putting our country into millions upon millions upon millions of dollars of additional debt, what you are doing is setting up a situation where the loopholes that caused what happened to your parents cannot be fixed. You're going to set a situation in motion where the money that you may be taking from the state of Grenada could be used to ensure that that sort of thing never happens again.
Against the very forces of nature, they need to have the citizens living in fear. Man, but be not afraid, for fear is your enemy. A man afraid to speak of what oppresses him, enslave him.
So please, it is not reflective of us.
Like him, but be not afraid.
Taking millions of dollars from our country, if that is your intention, will not help the memory of your parents. From what we've heard that they were very loving people. We've heard they were very caring people, and we are sad. I think Grenadians are just as upset, and in some instances may even be more upset than your family in relation to what has happened. But taking millions of dollars from our country, those millions of dollars could be used to ensure that what took place that night or morning or whatever time it took place, that never happens again. Yeah? Think of it in that sense, yeah?
Godly men who don't care that the devil takes over their kingdom, they would kneel if they feel that they...
If it's to talk about how they dress they put on they put on 3/4 pants and jersey to go and meet with young people, or which suit are wearing to go in that, or I wonder if I'm wearing one of them thing fancy tie and all this sort of thing. Yeah, they bad on that. But to understand the suffering of human beings, no. If it's about dressing, if it's about jump on social media, the same people that used to call members of the New National Party social media minister, who are more social media than them right now? Who on more socials than them? They on everything you could possibly think about, and that's where they're spending their time on a daily basis. Some of them even going to the point of trying to talk for people using socials, yeah?
But be not afraid, for there is your enemy.
I can assure you that under a new National Party government, that sort of thing, as in not contacting the family, no way. You tell me that you had a press secretary like a Keisha Grant, and those people would not have been in contact with, same day you find out what take place. Kish was finding a number and contact them. Same day. Philomena Robertson, you telling me something like that happened, and the same day she ain't find a number and find these people wherever they are and be in constant contact and keeping them updated and so on, and that the Prime Minister would be interacting and engaging with them, and various other ministers who have some part to play in the entire thing would be interacting with the family. Come on. But when you have an incompetent government, it's so they're incompetent. They can't do those kind of things because they don't know, they don't really care. So they don't know how to care how somebody else feels. And because they don't care, and because they don't understand, they are putting us in a situation where these people may feel, well, this thing happened in Grenada, we ain't even hear nothing from these people and them, so they just don't care. So maybe that is just how it is, you know? Folks, remember to like and share the program, yeah?
All the deeds are known, their hate, their division, the anger, the poverty they have sown.
Let me say good night to the traffic wardens.
But it's coming.
Supervisors, all they could tell the traffic wardens they shouldn't talk. Are you out of order? Are you fast? All I mean, they shouldn't talk to me.
Man, but be not afraid.
Well, I mean, traffic wardens talk to me and they shouldn't tell me nothing. What do you mean they shouldn't tell me nothing? So they should stay there and take it then.
I'm unafraid to speak.
Like the new motto of this government and the NDC party is stay there and take it. Mm-hmm.
Like rain, but be not afraid.
So government ministers must park where they want without any sort of park with them. Just park there. Nobody can tell you nothing. Nobody can clamp you. Nobody can nothing. You could obstruct traffic. You could be in an area that is zoned as a no parking zone for a particular reason to ease the flow of traffic. Just park there, man. And if a warden, by goodness, happen to come and tell you something, man, just fling your hand at them and drive off, you know? Yeah, and they mustn't say nothing. So there's no human being too. That is not people, children, ain't it? Them just happen along. They weren't born of human beings, weren't it? Eh? They don't have a mother and a father.
Skinny. On the other day, everybody singing one song.
What is singing?
Election coming there, you know who they're voting for. You have a kind of chorus they were singing.
Let me hear.
Yes, indeed, yeah. So they want to tell them that they shouldn't speak. They shouldn't tell me anything. So they mustn't say anything about what they're going through. Yeah? So prison officers mustn't say what they are going through. Prison officers mustn't tell you all about all that they have been through. Yeah, all that they have been through and are going through, because we're speaking about the men and women. That the same 3 prisoners and other people who kill people in Carriacou, all these things, all these people have to be guarded by men and women. And if the men and women are feeling that they are unfairly treated, if they feel that their concerns are not being listened to, if when they are on the job, instead of focusing on the job, for a split second they're focusing on something else. They're focusing on the cost of living going up. I may not be able to send the children to school this week. Or they're focusing on, I wonder if Grenada pass and cut me off, or Nawasa pass and cut me off while I'm here on the program. if they have to focus on those things, if they have to focus, okay, Javon, here, okay, here, Javon. Right, okay, Papa, go and sit down. Nice? Yeah. Good little boy. Yeah. If they have to focus on other things instead of focusing on the job, and listen, this category of people can't afford to spend a second thinking about the wrong thing. They have to constantly be focusing on the job at hand. They cannot afford to make that mistake of focusing on something else. They have to be focusing on the job at hand. So this is the government that said contract work is illegal. This is the government, not the New National Party that said contract work is illegal, you know. This government, this group of individuals on the platforms, these are the people that said that contract work is illegal, yeah?
Rulers of men are scornful of principles of godliness, wisdom and freedom. But woe comes slavery, man. But woe comes slavery.
Yeah, I've got the little one in the studio with me tonight, yeah? He's co-hosting tonight.
There is no children. They live the life of wicked thoughts, corruption, embarrassment, and shame. So in order to maintain...
So we can't afford to have prison officers who, instead of focusing on their job, have to be focusing on other things because promises are not being kept. You go to them at the end of last year. Or if you don't know, the PS went, you all went to them last year, you all told them that how there are positions available and they are going to regularize you all into, that's what they told the prison officers, that they're going to regularize them into the positions that they have. And the officers waiting, every month, just waiting. They can't, nobody, every month they were just waiting. And they can't be regularized into the position. And all they're getting is the runaround and stories. Like everybody else with the regularization talk is the runaround and the stories and so. And then they try to give you the impression that is only when the NDC came in. That only when the NDC came in that they started regularizing people. Absolute nonsense. Yeah? Absolute nonsense. It is a known fact. I ain't guessing. I ain't telling all you I think so. I know for a fact both teachers and nurses were being regularized. And there were other people being regularized within the system. So nurses, they were being regularized. Teachers were being regularized as well. Okay, you point the finger? Oh no. Okay, all right. It good now? You squeeze the finger? Mm-hmm. Okay, come and say good night. Come tell everybody good night tonight. All right. Say good night.
Good night.
All right. Say love you all.
Love you all.
Okay, that's my co-host for tonight, folks. All right, go on back on the phone. Go on back. Yes, okay, go on, Papa. Nice, yes, folks. And of course, 4407377. That's 4407. That's Cammy Playmate. 4407377. That's the number for you all to call and get onto the inside.
All men know that no man knows the hour.
And folks, let me ask my good friends, the cooks. Cooks, I know you all are listening. All you get all your thing today. Come on, let me know, all you get the thing today, because I hear the minister that say all you get the thing today, So I want to know if all you get the thing today, all you're supposed to get the proper salary as of today. It's the 15th, isn't it? So he did promise on the 15th that you all would start getting the proper salary. So I expect that you all have received the proper salary. Now, remember, the proper salary, yeah? Okay, right, great. Yeah, the proper salary is not 1,200, eh? It's supposed to be 15. Don't let them give you all the impression that it is at 1,200. No, it is 15. Yeah, 15 it's supposed to be, but If they start to the 12, you're taking the 12 to go make it up retroactively. Yeah?
In life and in the Bible, they have seen the fall of men of evil. They never learn, they believe they are in the next level. But whoa.
So cooks, let me know. Well, I know I didn't get it retroactive. So let me see. During the week this week, the Minister of Education appeared on GBN, and he was on GBN. It would be Wednesday morning. Yes, he was on GBN on Wednesday morning, and he was speaking about various issues, and he spoke about the issue of the cooks. And let's hear what he had to say in relation to the cooks. Now, unfortunately, we don't have video because they did not do video. They only did radio on Wednesday. Of course, it was intercall, so they only did radio. So let's hear what he had to say on Wednesday.
You know, the recent announcement that we made that cooks at schools will receive that new minimum wage. And during your statement, you spoke about, of course, the necessary, of course, seek legal clarification on whether or not cooks receive the new minimum wage. Can you explain the process and what's the process on was necessary for us? If that's necessary for us, what was it necessary?
Right. So I'll probably start with the good news first.
Tell me.
So cooks, as of this bi-monthly, will receive the increase.
Okay.
All of the clarifications have been received and sought after. But was there a need for clarification? Yes. Because when the minimum wage order was given and it factored in that category of those categories of workers, I think there was some previous negotiation with the union that represents them. And so we needed the clarification because the Ministry of Education, anything to do with minimum wage negotiation, we implement, we pay. But we don't interpret what the negotiation was.
Okay.
We leave that for the legal experts, the Ministry of Labor. And yeah, so we have to wait for the clear directive, the clear direction from them. And so because there was some negotiated increase that was supposed to happen as negotiated in 2023, we wanted to be clear whether the negotiated increase was supposed to be applied before or after. Now, these things make a difference. They make a difference to the salaries that people would get. Now, if you apply it before on a smaller salary, it's different to if you wait for the upgrade and then apply the 4% or whatever it was negotiated. So we didn't want to hurry along and do something in error that we had to pull back. Pretty much like what happened in one other instance that we still got licks for when you try to hurry and do it quickly. Like in the case of the Imanis, the upgrade, I think it was misunderstood.
Yes.
And everybody got 500, but that was not the intent. It was not what was stated in the minister's budget address. When you go back and look at the text and the script, it was said that the minimum was going to be brought up to 12. So in a haste, everybody was given 500, and those who were working for 12 and 13 got 18 and 17, and that became a problem. To pull it back was always a bigger challenge and a more difficult task. So in education, we are careful to make sure that we have the correct interpretation. Granted, some people are, eager to get it, and we could understand that. But I have good news. It's going to happen. We've received the clarification. They will get it. In fact, I was speaking with the finance officer at the Ministry of Education only yesterday, and that's assured that they're going to get it this pay cycle. And the retroactive, they will get that too. I'm not sure the retroactive will come this pay cycle, but it's been loaded into the system, and in short order, that too will be given. So whatever increase they ought to have had from January 1st, they will get that as a little back payment. Awesome. So I have good news for the cooks. That was the clarification needed. We got it, and they're going to be paid. So we could put that to rest.
All right. Well, I guess the cooks are going to be happy this.
Yeah, 4407377 and 347-329-3101. Yes, let's open the phone lines. I realized you all were calling while I was playing the audio, but I didn't want to cut it. I wanted to make sure you all heard what the minister was saying on GBN this week. Yeah, so he went during intercall time. So GBN was actually showing intercall. So he was only over radio. That's why we only have audio, because he was only on radio. All right. But folks, yeah, he was looking for clarification to find out, listen, if you have a bargaining agreement, if you have an agreement between the union and the government, there is a specific date when that takes effect. If it says January 1st, 2024, that's when it takes effect. If it says November, if it says in November of 2025, that's when it takes effect. Yeah? We'll come back to that. We have a call online. Good night. Hello, good night. Hello, caller. Hi, good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Hey, bro, good night. How you doing?
I'm fine. You go right ahead.
Yeah, man, it's a pure zero no love for nobody. Because the situation is now, look what particular situation that we find ourselves in. If you had love for people and you go out and you say something, you make a statement all in the game, would that be able to happen to us right now? Man, you could see definitely, man, this man has no love. You could see what he's doing. You could see what the Prime Minister, they have no love. The entire government have no love for the Grenadian people. We have to just get to register, do what we have to do and get rid of these people because they have no love. No love for nobody. Thank you, sir.
All right, my brother. 440-7377. Cook, I need to hear from one earlier. Let me know if I get the thing today. Yeah, let me know if I get it. And if I get the proper one, the 15 that you are supposed to get, not the 12. Because according to, and we showed you the document here on multiple occasions. Yeah, Cook's 15. Yeah, because it's 960 is what is 960 an hour or 920 an hour or so over the 40-hour work week. So you know how that calculates. Yes, to about 1520 somewhere there. All right, we have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hi, go right ahead.
Yeah, Brother Sheldon, I want the Grenadian people to know that the truth is not a runaway child. The truth will stand in the dry season and the wet season. And when we call the program, we call the program to speak the truth to the Grenadian people. Because we want the young people to know the truth. What the government NMP did while they was in governance. Because see, when NDC governance right now, what they're trying to do to mislead the young people, tell them a set of lies. Because before the election, there was spread a set of lies that NMP didn't did anything. NMP did anything. So we, as members and supporters of the party, we have to speak the truth. We have to let the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pitibati know the truth, especially young people. Know the truth, because they say the truth will set you free. And as young people of our nation, and we have to go to school, they might do an exam. And by we speaking the truth to them, something might come up in an exam, and they could know that when your program or other program called and speak the truth, they could get some answer from the truth. But when this present government lie for them, and they may once put something that the government see I know truth, that could fail them. So Brother Sheldon, have a blessed night.
All right, caller. Thank you so very much. Yes, indeed. Speak the truth and speak it always. All right, 44073, and I think I missed a call from. Let me see if I find this number, man. Yeah, let me see if I could call back that one because I find that number called me and I missed the call. All right, so let's. Yes. Hello. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, my dear.
Good night, talk. Well, I only have to laugh now. Sheldon, good night. I only have to laugh. Sheldon.
Wait, hold on. Low the volume.
No,
low the volume in the background first. It's throwing us off.
Yes, alone it.
Yeah.
Low it.
All right. No, you good to go there now.
Sheldon, well, I have to laugh because I'm tired cry. Oh, gosh, them plan could tell and truth we. Sheldon, them people could tell and truth. We cooks, they don't pay us for the January month, neither the February month. You know what they give us? They give us at $1,200, just as how they giving the Imani. $1,200 they give us just as how they give Imani, and just the flat $600. No January money, no February money. You hear what I'm telling you? Cooks are working, looking after the nation children. $1,200 we getting, just like what the Imani and them getting, and who just get the job. You hear, Sheldon? Just that we get nothing what the minister talk.
Hello? Go ahead, my dear. I'm hearing you.
No money add on to be money. You hear what I'm telling you? Just the $1,200 and we $1,500. Sheldon, we have to get. We have my rights and I know my rights. I know my rights because I go in labor and labor shows that we have to get $1,500. Then the Minister of Education come and talk and say we're going to get everything. Them and the union, they say we're going to get January money and February money. Nothing so shared. And when you go in the bank, is some cooks are already getting $1,200. Is the same money what the cooks are then getting, and them who getting 9 and 8 something. We just get the little money to come up to make it $1,200. So we get $600. Nothing more, nothing less. So you hear what I tell you?
So let me
nothing
confirm.
More, nothing less. So you
hold on, hold on. I need to confirm because if you all are not supposed, even if they're giving you the 600, it shouldn't be 6. It should be 624 because you all have to. They have to apply the. Is it 624? Yeah, they have to apply the 4%. So you all are supposed to be getting 624.
Well, Sheldon, I don't know what to say now because when I go in the credit union just to go and check out the money, they said I have $530 in there, which I usually get $432. When the bank take out the loan, I end up with $120. When the woman told me that, because I'm afraid to talk my salary and the air, I went in credit union, in a riser credit union, they say $533. And I said, Miss, how much money I balance? She said $233. They take all the rest for the loan, and that is my salary we end up. You hear? When she turned and she said that, I said, Miss, how much money they sending forward? Because we cooks know we were looking for more money than that. When I say how much money they send, she say $533 will come down because the union take out and NIS take out because NIS taking more now. So I turn and say maybe about 6 so much they giving us to make up the $1,200. But what I'm saying, we don't have to get $1,200. But if you all say you all giving us $1,200, where is January money and February money? What you all tell and shooting and lying for us? We are big people.
But in fairness, and you know, me ain't no friend of them, so I ain't had to be fair. But in fairness to them, the minister did say that he's not sure it would come in this payment. In this interview, before they may have said yes, but in this interview he did not say for sure. He said the 15th, the new payment would be made, which we know is a wrong payment, plus the 4%. Yeah, the $24 that you're supposed to get additional to the 600. And after that, then you're speaking about the retroactive for January and February. So we hope that you all get that soon. All right, my dear?
Okay, but Sheldon, what are you trying to say? We need is $1,500 we have to get. Why we go to labor? We go to labor and ask them and them tell us that we have to get $1,500. It's not fair. For we cooks they working all these years, 26 years, 20 years, 19 years, and getting $1,200. And then when we don't work, when we make the 60 years, $500 they're giving us. $500.
Speaking about the retroactive January and February. So we
all right, my dear. So we'll talk again. All right. Thank you. Yeah, I want to be fair to the minister here. I don't want to say he said what he did not say because, you know, we keep a standard. He did say that on the retroactive part, he was not sure that they would receive the retroactive part this pay cycle, but that they will get the retroactive. In fact, let me play what he said once again. Let me play what he said. All right, where is it? Let me get it here. So let me play what he said once again.
Well, my next question goes to, you know, the recent announcement that we made that cooks at schools will receive that new minimum wage. And during your statement, you spoke about, of course, the necessary, of course, seek legal clarification on whether or not cooks receive the new minimum wage. Can you explain the process and what's the process on was necessary for us? If that's necessary for us, what was it necessary?
Right. So I'll probably start with the good news first.
Tell me.
So cooks, as of this bi-monthly, will receive the increase.
Okay.
All of the clarifications have been received and sought after. But was there a need for clarification? Yes. Because when the minimum wage order was given and it factored in that category of those categories of workers, I think there was some previous negotiation with the union that represents them. And so we needed the clarification because the Ministry of
Again, the minister is being a stranger to the truth on that particular issue. Listen, if a union, they negotiate a salary increase, there is a stated date when said salary increase needs to be applied. If it's 4%, the 4% needs to be applied from the 1st of January. Yeah, if that's the agreement. Or from the 2nd of February. Or the 30th of March. Whatever date. The agreement, you don't just sign that you're getting a salary increase. You sign that effective such sometime it's done even retroactively. So you say you get a 4% salary increase, and that 4% salary increase is as of, you start getting it in January, but it is also reflective of the months of October, November, and December or so. So sometimes you can do it, and you can say, well, okay, you're taking it retroactively. You include some time that has gone before, right? So the agreement will say that. You don't need no legal person to tell you the agreement say that the salary increase is supposed to start on that particular date. And you don't need any legal person to tell you that you have now passed into law a minimum wage and that these people cannot be paid under that minimum wage as of this date. So you didn't have to end up in no situation where you have to be paying retroactively now. It's total nonsense. Which, come on, any trade union leader, I'll challenge anybody. Show me an agreement between a trade union and the government of Grenada where there was not a date that said a salary increase is going to start as of this date. Whether retroactively or whatever, that a salary increase starts of this date. The minister is saying they needed legal clarification, so they couldn't read the document and see as of 30th of July, as of 2nd of March, as of 4th of December, that this is effective. They couldn't do that. Yeah. There's no way that they would have been able to see that and say that this is when that is starting. That they had to take a legal opinion. Come on, who are you fooling with that? Just admit either all you didn't have the money or you couldn't pay, or you was incompetent, or you didn't make the provisions to pay. Say something like that. Speak the truth. But don't come and tell us this nonsense about you needed a legal opinion in relation to that. Absolute nonsense. Don't give us that. We have a caller online. Good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah. As far as I see, Sheldon, the GOLP trade union under Sir Eric Matthew Gary, they have a president they know, Oscar. I don't think Oscar really know about the Grenada Manual and Mental Workers Union. I think Oscar just there to get money out of the workers. And somebody from Gary Party, right? Gary Party that knows about the party and knows about the union, I think that they should step in and take over the union from Oscar. Thank you.
All right, my dear. The thing is, I wouldn't target any particular person because sometimes you may have various people that are in charge of a particular organization, and I wouldn't single out any one person in this instance because I don't know. The cooks know who has been dealing with the issue for them or not dealing with the issue for them. I would leave it up to them and other people who are associated with the union to make their decision of whether or not they need to go ahead with that. Javon, you doing your own program over there? Well, Javon has on his headphones and he has pulled a mic in front of him and he's actually doing his own program on the other side while I'm doing my program here, you know. So, and he seems to be doing a current affairs program as well. Sorry, I can't swing the camera and show you all. But he's doing his own program in studio tonight. Folks, 44073. Oh, Lord, mango don't fall far from the tree at all. 4407377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. Yeah, that's the number for you to call and get on the inside. I'm going to leave it up to the cooks, the people who are in that union to make the decision. I wouldn't say this person need to go that. The union itself, in my mind, needs to be more aggressive, needs to be more proactive in relation to how it addresses the concerns of the workers that are members of their union. Yeah? You don't want the members of your own union come and boo you on May Day, you know. So make sure that you're addressing the concerns of the members of your union. That is all I would have to say in relation to that one. 440-7377. So again, how you could tell me that there is an agreement between the union and the government and that there is not an executing date? There is not a date that is attached to it that says it starts then? Because you're legally bound to start by that date, and you've signed, so you are legally bound to start the benefits as of that date. Right? And even if you don't start that date and you start later, they have to be paid from that date. So the benefit rolls back to that particular date and it starts from there. So you need to do it like that. So to say you need a legal opinion to know if you're applying the increase to before or after, there is a date when the increase has to be applied from. So you don't need a legal opinion to tell you that it says Friday the 15th. You don't need a legal opinion to tell you it's September the 30th. The document would say that this increase is effective said date. So that's absolute nonsense. Come on, try better than that. Don't come with that one with us. Let's hear some more what he had to say.
Anything to do with minimum wage negotiation, we implement, we pay. But we don't interpret what the negotiation was.
Okay.
We leave that for the legal experts, the Ministry of Labor. And yeah, so we have to wait for the clear directive, the clear direction from them. And so because there was some negotiated increase that was supposed to happen as negotiated in 2023, we wanted to be clear whether the negotiated increase was supposed to be applied before or after. Now, these things make a difference. They make a difference to the salaries that people would get. Now, if you apply it before on a smaller salary, it's different to if you apply, you wait for the upgrade and then apply the 4% or whatever it was negotiated. So we didn't want to hurry along and do something in error that we had to pull back. Pretty much like what happened in one other instance that we still got licks for when you try to hurry and do it quickly. Like in the case of the Imanis, the upgrade, I think it was misunderstood. Yes. And everybody got 500, but that was not the intent. It was not what was stated in the minister's budget address. When you go back and look at the text and the script, it was said that the minimum was going to be brought up to 12. So in a haste, everybody was given 500, and those who were working for 12 and 13 got 18 and 17, and that became a problem. To pull it back was always a bigger challenge and a more difficult task. So in education, we are careful to make sure that we have the correct interpretation. Granted, some people are, eager to get it, and we could understand that. But I have good news. It's going to happen. We've received the clarification. They will get it. In fact, I was speaking with the finance officer at the Ministry of Education only yesterday, and that's assured that they're going to get it this pay cycle, and the retroactive, they will get that too. I'm not sure the retroactive will come this pay cycle, but it's been loaded into the system, and in short order, that too will be given. So whatever increase they ought to have had from January 1st.
Yes, indeed, folks. We have a caller online. Good night, caller.
I have good news for the cooks.
Hello.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night, my dear.
Good night. I'm not really on topic, but I need to raise this thing, Sheldon.
Yeah, it's Friday night. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Sheldon, the bathroom and toilet situation. The government bill bathroom and toilet from a neighbor. And I used to give the neighbor some water because it's somebody that, a poor person. But they build a bathroom and toilet, no water. Ain't give the man water months now. He continuing to use my water, which we don't mind, but the thing getting worse. The other day he over in my place, feces all over him, trying to bathe himself in my yard and what and what and what. I want him to do better with the bathroom and toilet situation. How you can build bathroom and toilet and you put no water supply? What do you expect the man to do? So there's no complaint tonight, Sheldon. I want them to do better with this project.
Which area is that sort of thing taking place?
This one is in Happy Hill.
In
this
Happy
man
Hill.
will bathroom and toilet for a long time. I don't even know if you want it, but they put it in. But I say if you put it in, do a good job, complete the job. No water for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
For months on end.
Okay, my dear. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Okay. Folks, so you're hearing about the issue when it comes to the bathroom and toilet program. You know, I need to find out some more about the bathroom and toilet program because we heard about the wash program and I know that it sort of went over a lot of folks' head when we spoke about the wash program. Because remember, the wash program, it was said that the wash program is a program that is being operated by the government of Grenada, but we found out that the wash program is actually registered to some members of the NDC. And they're registered through the Prime Minister's own legal firm. They were the ones that registered, and that $500,000 was okayed for the company Nation Builders that is in charge of the wash program before the company was even properly put together. In fact, I think we're going to have to revisit that one sometime during next week. You know, yeah, definitely I think we're going to have to revisit that one during next week. Yeah.
Just as the longest road comes to a bend, so do the evil works of evil men come to soon to come to an end. I sing, but
You know, it goes to the little ones when they're around.
they would kneel if
They always need their attention. It's 5 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada. The phone lines are open 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Yeah, so you have Nation Builders. Nation Builders was registered. Before Nation Builders, which you have one girlfriend who is executive on NDC and who on St. David executive and all sort of thing are the people that make up Nation Builders. Before Nation Builders could be properly registered and certified, before they could finish registering them, the Cabinet of Grenada okayed $500,000, $500,000 for Nation Builders. And Nation Builders are also the organization that has been given the responsibility for the wash program to provide bathroom and toilets. And you heard them on various programs saying that no government funds are going to be used for Nation Builders. The same people. Yeah, we have a call online. Good night.
Hi, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hi, good night, bro. You go right ahead.
Right, yes. Brother Sheldon, I just was listening the clip from the Minister of Education. And you could definitely see the kind of, people we're dealing with. Now, if you notice what he said in one of the statements he made, that the people will get the liquor back pay. Eh? Yeah, what kind of language is that? You could see this kind of cheap language, cheap, wording that these people coming to us with. That's how they look at us so little and so without value. You could take me up on that, but that's what I find his song like. Brother Sheldon, I could remember when we were in office, Mr. Joseph, we went in the new Westall housing settlement. Are you hearing me? Okay.
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly. You go ahead. Yeah.
Right. Yes. In the housing settlement there, and the question was asked about the lands in the back there, right, at the settlement, and Mr. Joseph told them that the housing authority was solely responsible for all of the lands and the survey and everything. But because the surveyors was at the north of the country, he told them to go ahead and get the surveyor and survey the land and take the documents to the Ministry of Lands, so then they could start working and processing the document. They said they had no money. The people said that, right? The situation remains the same. Where would the people get $5,000 at this time when the economy is hard like Kugulame? Tough, and
bro,
and
let me
people
hold on. Pass. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, huh?
Yes.
Honest
Yes,
question. Why the people in La Colombe call? Why all of them sit down and hush them out? Maybe they have it, they could pay it. Because all of them sit down there and none of them ain't talking on their own behalf. All of them sit down there and they're accepting it, so.
Yeah, you see, well, to answer that, somebody inside there know how to get the document because they're boasting that they had a deed, land deed and everything, the plan and deed. So there's somebody smart inside there. They could definitely advise the people inside there, just as they advise them to vote against NNP, right? Which was their right to do it, And so the consequences is what awaiting them now. The consequences is what's staring them in their faces,
And if if I remember correctly as well, right? When it came to those houses in La Colombe, because I think they were given out somewhere late in 2008 or 2009. They were given out.
Yes.
That was under the previous NDC government. They had to pay a little under $3,000 in order for what they said the different clerical work and so that had to be done to give the house over to them. And now I saw a letter, and for some reason the letter was sent to me and I don't know what I did with it. But I saw a letter that came in to the residents speaking of a visit where they're going to be establishing like where is yours and where is the next person known, that sort of thing. I know that the last 2 Saturdays they have been in the area there, but the people quiet, they ain't saying nothing, so maybe they had the money they could pay.
Well, I know there is one man there that opening the mouth wide as the lake,
Well, it's where you open it.
But he is waiting. I know. We had a talk with him. He's waiting on one particular thing,
Mm-hmm.
So he gonna call you soon. But just to go off on this, because that is that, and they've been catch inside there with this. So let the healing come. Right. So the other thing, I listened to the Minister of National Security, and to be honest with you, I am not impressed. I still looking for maybe Brother Nimrod next week, Lord willing, if he called, maybe he could clear that up. But he said, right, the leader said that what they didn't meet any success plan. You remember that? You remember he said that?
Yeah.
No success plan. No,
and hold on, in fairness to Brother Nimrod Oliver, we did have a conversation night before on that, and he did go deep into that one. He called names. So he did call. You may not have heard that program, it was night before, but he did go straight into it, yeah. But go ahead.
Right. So the question is, because my eyes are right through the force, and being a ex-cop and all that. Now I'm looking at some real successful personnel within the forces, right? You're talking about people like, first Edwin Martin, right? That was number one success of the former administration, right? Mr. Pierre was another one. Well, both Pierres, both Easter Pierre and the other gentleman, right? Then you had people like Mr. Bascom, brother. Bascom. You had a man like young police officer who reached to the rank of assistant superintendent. Isn't that a success? This young man? He's been a prosecutor. I'm not too sure where he's at now. The last thing I heard that he was somewhere in a division. You had people like Mrs. Pack up at the police headquarters. These are successes. These persons are right. They really they are right for advancing rank and administration persons. You're talking about Mr. Roberts, you know, in Coast Guard, all these young, valiant men and ladies. And you're telling me they had no success, Miss Gittins. You know, that lady serving CID for all these years, Portia, Miss Portia, you know, she would smell the thing wherever it is. And you're telling me they never, I mean, that's just an alibi, an escape theory that they are trying to set up, right? To continue this, what do you call the thing? The contract work. Where's Mr. Forrester? The and oh, yeah, illegal, right? That's what he said. Contract is illegal. But today, as we speak, he has asked in the conference, you know, he said that he has asked the commissioner and one of the deputies to remain, that they would renew the contract, something like that. Yeah? I mean, come on. Huh? And the people are not saying anything about that. Let it be under Dr. Mitchell and the NNP. Hear something. They'll hit the street. The unions would come out. They would ask him, you know that thing that happened there with the two foreigners? They would ask the Prime Minister to resign, Kit Mitchell. Step aside. You know? They would have asked Mr. Martin if it was in his time. You know? Step from the chair. Get down from the chair. You know? And they will take over the thing. People, listen, Grenadians, don't be caught. Don't get caught with your pants down. You see? Call it what it is. These people are tricking us. So that's what's going on. And it's like they give us a hush. They give us a hush amount. You can't say nothing. Huh? And they accepting all the wrong, all the lies, all the setup. The graders accepting that. Huh? And when you open your mouth to talk, huh? But we always are the facts. Calling to call, always say we are the receipt. Thank you, brother. Good night.
All right, thank you so very much, my friend. 440-7377. Tell them as it is, Pastor. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, so next week we're going to have a talk about the WASH program again, because we did it before, but I don't think a lot of people were clear on what we were speaking about. Because I don't understand how a company could not be formed yet. You're in the process, your application inside, your documentation is not complete, you're not registered as a company yet. Yet the cabinet of Grenada okay $500,000 for you. For a company that not created yet. And they cannot say I lie. In fact, the Integrity Commission, we have to ask, sometimes it does have to ask the Integrity Commission all kind of things. I see they're going after this one, that. Sometimes you have to ask the Integrity Commission questions about certain things, Yeah, sometimes you have to ask them about certain things. I wonder if this is the one that Pastor's referring to.
The response on that. The National Security Steering Committee, so let me make sure you get it right. It's a National Security Steering Committee. The committee is being chaired by me. I can't give you the specific names of all of the persons who make up the committee, but we can get that to you. Because it's a pretty large committee. As I said, it's made up of representatives from a broad cross-section of government entities and agencies, from the airport to the port to customs to immigration to NADMA.
Yeah, we will come back to you on that. We have a caller online. Good night. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Shalom, good night.
Good night. Go right ahead.
In relation, I'm a resident of Lacalome. And in relation to the Lacalome houses, now the people are passing on Saturdays, and they are passing, I guess, when it's convenient to them, but not when it's convenient to the residents. Because I'm living in Lacalome, and I have not seen these people. You understand? I have not seen these people to see the questionnaire that they claim to be passing with, so that they could give get a feedback as to the houses, and then to give the documents so you could have ownership to the land, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they did take my number, and they claimed that they would call me. No, it's 2 weeks now they're passing. They took my number. They have not called me yet to this. No, and we will leave it as a rumor because, that's what it is for now, a rumor that they're going to charge us, $5,000 how much dollars for the land? However, we're leaving it as a rumor because I don't think that was confirmed with the residents in La Caloma as yet, right? But that's the rumor that is circulating out there. They have not confirmed that because they have not met with us as residents and have a meeting with us and to discuss that with us, the final analysis or what have you, with us the residents. But to be honest with you, I, as a resident in La Caloma, have not seen or heard from these people. They have passed, I must say they have passed. There are persons that claim they have heard from them. Some say they asked them about the land. Some say they asked them to finish pay for the land. Some say they asked them how much they're willing to pay for taxes for the land. So they're confused. And the people that are doing that is the NDC supporters. You understand? The big goons, NDC supporters that living inside here that get house as false pretense and they're trying to pull down the poor man. These are the people that get the land inside, that's going wrong with this wickedness to fight down people inside here. You understand?
My goodness.
That is one point. Another thing, when you get a chance, you must pass inside La Caloma.
I haven't been for a few months. I haven't been in, so I need to pass and shoot. Yeah.
I'm not hearing you.
No, I said I haven't passed for quite a few months. I do need to pass inside. Yeah.
Right, because they have worked on the sewer system. They work on the sewer system, and then they come, and they dig the manhole, whatever they call it, behind some of the houses since January. I am a victim of it. I am a victim of it because they dig almost the whole side of my house to get that line because they say the line is too small, so they have to extend it to make it bigger lines. I think it's 4-inch line and they have to make it 8-inch or something to that effect. Since January, they said it would be an inconvenience to us. Yes, we understand that. But if you dig the hole in January, remember it has little children living up here. You would come and walk on it because to date, they have not done anything. Look, the hole just there. If you pass, you could see it. The big holes. If rain fall, you circulating water, mosquitoes, they're talking about dengue. If you they build some, what they call the thing, some concrete structures. They just have these concrete structures, they gather in water. One time we had to ask them to put some diesel in it. First it had mosquitoes. And you talking about dengue fever going wrong and cover things because for what collecting water and what have you. You understand? So they are suffering, the residents in La Caloma. They're killing us inside here. And then they want to talk about, okay, well, rumor, they want us to pay X amount of money for the land. And it's the same NDC government. The same NDC government that would have distributed the house for $2,000 in 2009 is the same NDC government that's coming now and say, wherever here, house and land is for $2,000. But we are reminding them, the residents of La Caloma are waiting. We are reminding them that these houses was a gift given to us by the Venezuelan government under the new National Party and not under them. They're too wicked. They are too wicked.
My dear.
Thank you very much.
All right, my dear. You know what I'm going to do on Monday? Because you know what? There was a political meeting in La Caloma just before the last general election. And I think it is time that we remind some people of what was said in that meeting. Olifila didn't have it. I have the whole meeting. Well, you could go and take it down wherever all you have it. Now it ain't go save all you. I have it already. Yeah? And I'm going to play from that meeting what was said to the residents of La Caloma when they was giving them the impression NNP coming to take the house and all sorts of thing. But here's this. I want you all to understand what the NDC administration is trying to do here. They are trying to increase taxes. Let me make the statement again and try and follow with me here. They are trying to increase taxes. If you want to increase your revenue, the Ministry of Finance needs more money. They need more money coming in from taxes. There are two ways you go about it. You either increase the tax itself, so you go vertically, and you increase the tax itself. So you say instead of 15% VAT, we're going to start charging 20% VAT on several these items, and we're going to charge 25% on other items. So you can increase taxes. You could increase the amount that people pay for land tax. You can change that. You can change the amount that people pay for license and so on. So you could do that, and you would increase the amount of money that's coming in. But you know what will happen? People are going to complain that you're increasing taxes. So this administration trying to play smart and increase taxes, but increase it horizontally. In other words, you're going to get more money coming in property tax because they're trying to get more people to pay property tax. So instead of increasing the volume you have to pay for property tax, they are trying to increase the number of people that are paying property tax. So they are going after the residents in La Colombe, and if they can get all the residents inside there to start paying property tax, it would mean that they've increased the amount of money that they make on a yearly basis from property tax without increasing property tax for each and everybody. But not just them. They have stated their plans to go to areas such as River Road and regularize people. This is not out of any love for people. This is not out of any concern for people. This is not because they believe that people need to own the land and that sort of thing. This is because they are trying to increase the amount of taxes they receive, but they're doing it horizontally. Bring more people in, you have more people paying taxes, the amount you collect is going to increase. So it is not about regularizing the people in River Road because you so love the people in River Road and you're going to give them deed and title to the land. And from what we're hearing there, and they're going to pull back on it now. And now that we've spoken about it, they're going to try to say, no, we're not going to charge that for it. But if they charge $55,000 for some apartments and $70,000 for some others, yeah, don't think that they wouldn't charge the residents of La Colombe $5,000 for the land. And residents of La Colombe, what they going to do all your following pay? Put all you off? They go take the house and put it somewhere else? What they going to do if all it up here? No, I just have to ask that question theoretically. What are they going to do you all if you all decide we ain't paying? They will come and dig up your house and put it somewhere because the house is yours. They will dig up your house and put it somewhere else. This is not the days when you used to see a truck pass with a house on it, you know. That is not the kind of house that they could do that with. Yeah? So I'm glad that we finally heard from somebody in La Colombe. What is going on in La Colombe? Yeah? It is all right for me to come here and speak about it and other people who are not living there to speak about it. But for the people that are there to speak about it is very important. Yeah? So understand what this government is doing. It is not based in any love for people. It is not based in any concern and we so love people and we so care about people. It's not based in that. It is based solely in they want to get, after all, they have to, it's $14,000 a month each of them getting and they have to sustain it somehow. So if you could get more people to be paying property tax, regularize more people so that they can be paying property tax. Because once you're regularized, you have your deed and title, everything to the property, and as such, you're going to have to pay property tax. And that is the main aim here. Get you to pay a set of money for the land itself, to go say administrative fees, this, that, the other, and then to increase the amount of money that they're getting through the property tax, not by increasing property tax, but increasing the number of people paying property tax. Don't get tricked. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get on the inside. You can call directly or you can call us on the WhatsApp. So that's 440-7377. That's the number you can call to get onto the inside. And folks, for some reason, the thing's sticking. Yeah, not the internet, not the machine is sticking. So I just trying to see some of the messages that have come in. Yeah. So La Colombe people, yeah, you all have to talk and see, because it's not only La Colombe. Believe me, there are many others that they're coming for. There are many others that they're coming for. You all listen, the same procedure is why they are going after the hairdressers, the barbers, and the nail technicians. That's the same reason they're going after them. They have to increase the amount of people that are paying some sort of license or fees or taxes. So they're going after them and saying you need to go through this certification process. Some people say, well, that's the business. I ain't bothering with it. Other people are struggling to get it done because I think this month, if I remember correctly, is supposed to be the crucial month in relation to that. So the hairdressers, the barbers, the nail technicians, the masseuse, the people who are operating the little spas, down to the ladies who does braid hair on Grenada's beach. You all have to be certified as well, you know. Because if you are not certified, you will find yourself, and I ain't saying might, you will find yourself on the wrong side of the law. So those of you who wait on Grenada's beach and when there's a cruise ship in, you go and you braid the tourists here and that sort of thing, you included too. You have to go and get certified and them kind of thing. So all of the people that are involved in what they call the allied health care, they need all these people to be certified. And why? Because if they're paying a license on a yearly basis, after the certification process, which would be one lump sum, after that, they're going to get these people to pay money on a monthly basis. So they increase the amount of money coming in via taxation, but they increase it without increasing the taxes themselves. Yeah? They increase it without increasing the taxes themselves. And that is exactly what they are attempting to do. Again, don't get tricked. Understand what it is they're doing. Yeah, it is not true. They so care about you. It is not true. They so care about that group of individuals and we want to give you deed and title to the land and that sort of thing. If it's so, give them free. If it's so, give them free. Massa bull, massa cow, give them free. Yeah? We have to be telling them that to pay a 5,000 and all kind of thing. So, explain to me, because I know, for instance, there are individuals who are in La Colombe now, who are differently abled, who are on seed program, and who definitely, I ain't think that these individuals, if they're on seed program, go have $5,000 sit down anyway to go and pay for property. So, are you going to have one group of rules for one set of people in La Colombe and a next set of rules for another set of people? Because there are definitely people, ageable people there, who cannot pay it. They cannot qualify for even a $5,000 loan in one of the lending institutions. They cannot pay it. So what are you going to do? Say that that group don't pay and this group paying? Are you going to have two sets of rules for the people of La Colombe and for other areas as well? Because when you're regularizing other areas, are you going to tell some people, well, you could pay, so pay, but you can't pay, don't pay? Are you going to have two different set of rules for different sets of people? Is that the way that they're going to operate when it comes to this particular issue? Yeah? Again, they had the belly and they had the guts, so do things early. You understand? Do it early. That is what they're doing. It's not true we love you so much and we care about you so much. No. It is all about they need the money. Well, Mr. Mike used to say, every drop costs something. Yeah, we need the money. All right? 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. And I'm trying to find the one here where the Prime Minister was speaking to the issue of the different officers and so on. As I have it now, it's not labeled. So let me try again here.
We have laid before the Cabinet for its approval with a timeline of taking to Parliament this month of March legislation to amend the Firearms Act to first offer an amnesty for a period of no more than 90 days to persons who may have in their possession or who may know of others who have in their possession illicit, illegal, or unlawful firearms and ammunition, to grant them the opportunity to turn in those firearms and the ammunition without being prosecuted. In order to do so, we need to amend the legislation. So we are taking the necessary steps to get the policy approved, to have the legislation read and supported and passed in Parliament so that the amnesty can be granted. When the amnesty comes to an end, the firearms legislation as part of this process will be amended to significantly increase the penalties associated with illegal and unlawful firearms and ammunition.
Yes, indeed. So that's with the Prime Minister speaking this week when he was talking about firearms and all of the firearms that have been coming into the country and that they're going to do an amnesty. And as my good brother Nimrod Oliver finally convinced me, because I'm not a fan of gun amnesties really, instead of just a gun amnesty, what you're going to be dealing with is more, they should be dealing with is a buyback program where you're going to be buying back, that somebody could bring in their gun and they get X amount of money for a gun and that sort of thing, so that you may be able to get people who otherwise may not have considered it. And sometimes, to be honest, you may have people that they found one and they may have it there. They have no malintent with it, but they just have it there because they're scared, they don't know what to do with it and things like that. So maybe that's an opportunity that they'll get to be able to bring it in, to bring them back, so that whatever it is can be handled. Yeah, whatever it is can be taken care of. So I'm trying to get the bit here with the Prime Minister speaking to, and let's see if this one is it.
The idea is we've asked the retiring officers to come back, and in many instances they're either on 1 or 2 year contracts. The idea being that they will assist us with, in fact, planning that transition and that succession that is required. And part of that will require, in a sense, a very determined and deliberate effort of cross-training of police officers at the mid-management level across all facets of policing. From management, administrative, HR, operations, crime, intelligence, border security, etc., cyber security, human trafficking, all of the gambit, to get to the point where we have a sufficient core group of officers who can then transition to the point of moving from mid-management to senior management. So that's sort of the idea. As part of that, it will actually require deliberate training courses and so on being offered to the police officers so that we can facilitate that. And that's part of what we're planning together with the National Training Agency or other institutions so that we can facilitate these courses, or partners outside of Grenada, for example, the police training school in Guyana, the RSS, all of that. So the idea here is that hopefully in 24 months, 36 months, we're at the point where sufficient police officers would have gotten exposure to that. The retirees can get to the point where they can actually be permitted to enjoy their retirement, and then we can have the next crop of senior police officers to take over.
Yes, folks, remember that's the same party that used to talk about NNP only bringing back retirees. Where you're bringing back this one for in the Prime Minister Ministry, and they bring back that retiree there, and they bring back this retiree there. That's the same political organization. It's the same political organization that said that contract work is illegal. They said it. Contract work is illegal. That is what they have been saying. Yeah? So we can't allow them to get away with that one. And Javon? We can't allow them to get away with that particular one. They are the ones that said that contract work is illegal. Now we're hearing about, 12-month contract and who have 24-month contract and those kind of things. That is what we're hearing about now from the same group of individuals. Yeah, that's what we're hearing from the same group. Let me put it on again. Let me play it one more time. For you all here.
The retiring officers to come back, and in many instances they're either on 1 or 2 year contracts. The idea being that they will assist us with, in fact, planning that transition and that succession that is required. And part of that will require, in a sense, a very determined and deliberate effort of cross-training of police officers at the mid-management level across all facets of policing, from management, administrative, HR, operations, crime, intelligence, border security, etc., cyber security, human trafficking, all of the gambit, to get to the point where we have a sufficient core group of officers who can then transition to the point of moving from mid-management to senior management. So that's sort of the idea. As part of that, it will actually require deliberate training courses and so on being offered to the police officers so that we can facilitate that. And that's part of what we're planning together with the National Training Agency or other institutions so that we can facilitate these courses, or partners outside of Grenada, for example, the police training school in Guyana, the RSS, all of that. So the idea here is that hopefully in 24 months, 36 months, we're at the point where sufficient police officers would have gotten exposure to that. the retirees can get to the point where they can actually be permitted to enjoy their retirement, and then we can have the next crop of senior police officers to take over.
Yes, indeed, folks. 4407377. That's the number for you to get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, very, very interesting, yeah? Yeah, very, very interesting. And let's just hear something else on another issue that the Prime, because as I said, we're looking over what took place this week. There was something else that the Prime Minister spoke about that I want to make sure that you all heard the response to that particular question that was asked. Yeah, so let's go into that one.
But at this stage, it's not a matter that has been discussed.
My next question is not related to what you spoke about. It's relating to the housing authority. What is happening with the distribution of the houses? Persons have complained that their loans are ready, it's ready for disbursement, but the keys are not handed over, and the money, the exchange between them and the housing authority is not happening. Can you give us an update on that?
Right. So the last update I had from the housing authority on the issue was that commencing as of last week, all the necessary paperwork that was required to have the distribution of the houses commence was completed, and starting with the current site, that distribution should be taking place in the next 2 weeks. So I would certainly say that I expect the housing authority to give a more full public briefing on the actual details of how the distribution occurs. But my expectation is that in the next 2 weeks, the distribution will start.
Thank you, Rena.
All right, folks. And I think we have a caller online. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott, and good night to the Grenada people.
Good night, my dear.
Good night to everybody.
How are you doing?
America, England, Canada, Mr. Watt, good night. You and your wife, Zingo. Patricia and Matthew, Darlington, Chase and Sheila, good night. It's hot in Grenada right now. Well, I just saying good night. So now somebody sent something about something in America. We them people are dead. What are they doing to Grenada? Suing us?
It seems like that is a likelihood. Yeah, it seems as though that's a possibility that they might be doing that.
I don't know who said nothing in me. I don't know the person, but I see something on the phone. Yeah, I don't know.
It seems as though that is a possibility. It's the front page of one of the newspapers this weekend.
Them people in America will take that so, you know. They're going to take that so. So for taxpayers, not for people again. If they sue us, if poor people are going to pay that money.
That's why I'm asking from now for them to please reconsider. If they are considering it, to please consider not doing it.
For people. But you know, sometimes when I sit down and think about what's going on and what I see what's going on in Grenada, well, we're not doing that on ourselves, you know, Mr. Scott. Sheldon, is we people that bring that on ourselves. The people that is suffering now. And we don't bring that, oh God. Are you wanting a change? I don't have to talk about it. Are you wanting a change, you know? They tell you what them good or bad or calling you. Look at what's going on with us in Grenada. Two little that she had today. I had to give it away. People don't have money, oh God. They don't have money and it's poor people. Mr. Deacon Mitchell, you must pass in the market. You must pass on the sidewalk and see what is going on with people. Brown rolling through the zone like you. Pass and see what's going on with people. What's going on with the people in this country? It's not everybody will have a backyard to go and push the there to get money. You have poor people out here. And they're suffering. A lot of supporters now because the children have a good job with government of Grenada and the NDC now. Little money running there, it's enough food as they just say. Yeah, people are hungry. Yeah, people are hungry. Or they have a heart, no man. I had some dashina. I buy from a farmer. I had to give it away big because it's not something I could stay as yam. They were spoiled. I make $100. I had to pay me water bill. I had to put aside $50 for me water bill before they cut me out. Oh God, people suffering. People pressure. A lot of people are high blood pressure because they stress out. They stress. Stress killing people. Stress getting Grenada and stroke. Some men don't want to go home. Some men don't want to go home. You know a man tell me, he walk in the road. I have a fortnight, a young man. The man and his wife. This morning he spoke to me, he and his wife, and they have a fortnight. Are you parent for people, man, oh God? Parent people. I don't know what's going on, boy. I'm only fighting Grenville this evening, and what people are wrong by me and come to interfere with me and bothering me. You have to stop that. One of these days I go show something on I know. Because I don't know little Canada. Struggling. When I say struggling, I want sympathy from nobody. Because I'm born struggling. But it's hard, it's hard. Grenada, it's hard for a lot of us. It's hard for a lot of us. Sometimes when they come to buy Mr. Scrap, they don't have all the money. I have to give them. I have to give them the water. I have to give them whatever they come for. I can't give them walk away. I have to give them school children the money for the bus. I have to do that. Because I am a mother and a grandmother. Some people understand. Because things happening for a while. Are you eating all your food now? Are the grass green and everything now? You just don't care. But you have to look out for each other. Because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. You never know. You never know what will happen tomorrow. It's not nice, sheldon, and good night. And good night to my friend that passed by me today. I thought you were in America, you know what I mean? And the lady in happy here. And I have, sheldon, allow me please, I have to beg. You program, but I have to beg. I have some local corn flour. Anybody that wants local corn flour, I have some $6 a pound. 2 pound quarters and $6. Who will support me? I will come and buy the little thing and make cuckoo for the weekend. I make corn flour porridge, corn flour dumpling. Yeah? And good night to everybody. Have a blessed weekend. Sheldon Smith, Miss Sheldon Ben Osford. Good night to everybody. I'm here. I'm here. What we go do? Nothing to do. I miss me and NP government so bad. I miss me and NP government. Why?
You and because thousands of others.
People under NP, to be honest. I didn't have to go and beg Dr. Mitchell for nothing. He giving you work. And when you hear them young and them get pay, and they come down, boy, they standing up and they drinking a quesabe. They drinking a quesabe. They woman making the banking. They buying, they spending their money, not no spending no. Oh God, my children in America, my children telling me, Mommy, I can't beg them because they crying out. I can't beg them now. It's hard, it's rough. Dr. Dua, good night and saying good night to everybody. I do have a blessed weekend and keep the faith. Do not give up. Keep the faith. Despite what they do, if you're not true and peace, you keep the faith. Keep the faith. Good night. Dr. Mitchell, wherever you are, take your rest, sir. Good night, Sheldon I am in the Cowboy in the bag,
Yes, he did.
Yes.
You come and
good
say good night on the
night,
air.
good night. Yes, all right. Night to everybody and let the love flow. Let the love flow. Bye-bye.
Bye, Cabby. Yes, indeed, folks. 440-7377. That's the number for you to get on the inside. We have roughly about 12 minutes remaining on tonight's program. Yes, indeed. And folks, remember to share. Remember to like the program. Come on. We can't all pile of people watching there and all need a little bit of like. Like up the thing. Yeah, like up the thing. All right, yes, indeed. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. I want to hear someone. There was something I was listening to earlier, but I didn't get a chance to listen to the thing proper. I want to make sure. Well, before I go to that, let me go back to the phone line. Yeah, let me go back to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good, bro. What's up?
Well, I was lost in transition because I was walking up the road and,
Yeah, well, I know that go. Yeah. But you go ahead.
We good. Grenada good. All I'm saying is, Kami, I will see you tomorrow. Love you. Sheldon, here's what, right? I will not bash our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister is our hero. He's a man that in charge of we. You understand? The Minister of National Security now is a man of we and our security, I want to know who drunk, how they drunk, when they drunk, why they drunk. The question was asked by the media. It's not a dunce question. It wasn't a question, it's a gothic question. And once again, I will say good night to Miss Linda Straker, the most decorated media personnel in Grenada. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
this
sir.
lady has done a job.
All right, my
Ms.
brother.
Straker, you, Sheldon, you also is a media personnel.
Me, they don't
so
call me
people
media
come and
personnel,
say,
brother.
oh, go on and say, this is not about media personnel. You, Sheldon, is a media personnel. Sheldon, take a bow.
All right, my brother.
Take a bow. Everybody in the media, take a bow.
All right. Anthony,
Good night, brother.
have a good night. All right, bro. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, that's the number. I think we have somebody on the WhatsApp. Let's go to the WhatsApp line. Hello, good night.
Good night to you, Mr. Scott. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm quite fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm calling in from Aruba.
Wonderful. How's Aruba?
Oh, it's very hot. Hot. We need some rain. But it's not a rainy place, It's Aruba is a very sunny place.
Mm-hmm.
So
And over the years, we've had a lot of Grenadians in Aruba because after all, and that is where Maurice Bishop born.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of Grenadians over the years.
A lot of Grenadians that we still have,
Yeah.
Especially a lot of old heads,
Mm-hmm.
Some died, some went back,
I know I have family there on my father's side, but we kind of lose touch, so we're not sure who is who and where they are. But I know on the father's side they are over there, yeah.
All right. Yes, I listen to you every night.
Thank you.
I think you see the name and when I listen to the problem with Lacolom, I remember during the election I was not home. And I remember when they had that so-called pastor came down from St. Vincent and said that that Keith Mitchell had demons all over Grenada. You remember? I don't know. And he was taking out demons from that lady, which she said she had it in her, she had it in her since she was in her mother's womb. And it's Keith Mitchell that had the demons all over the place. So I think they're reaping what they sow now. They should go back to the pastor and get released because I think he left the demon in Nakolum for them. So I think they need to go and get him now because they are too wicked. after all what been done to them, all what they had received from the NNP, and they was ungrateful. So according to Miss Kami, I ain't sorrying for them. I'm not sorrying for them because Dr. Keith Mitchell had won them. So let them pay the $5,000. If they can pay it, let them make it and pay it because that is what they work for. They vote for that. Because there were so many lies. I am in a room and I'm listening everything. And sometimes, when I speak to people, they just tell me, oh, you're not in Grenada and don't listen what people are saying. I said, I follow everything in Grenada. So anything I say is not lies. Because I hear and I said, well, I need to go back in Grenada, but I wonder if I can go back in Grenada in that state. But I say, well, it's my home, so I have to go. But NDC and them need to go. They need to go. Enough is enough. Too much lies. Too many lies. The life campaigning, they still get inside it and they still lying. So, I think it's time that Deacon pack his bag, take his boys and move on. Get out and give Dr. Keith Mitchell a chance to come back and clean up Grenada. Because I think right now they have it in a mess. A real mess. So Sheldon, I listen to you every night. I just don't call, but I always make my comments and I always listen and I don't miss a night.
All right.
So,
we want to thank you so very much, caller.
For all the well, what I should say is all the things that we didn't know, we getting to know everything by your program. So I want to thank you very much and continue, and I will continue listening to you. And I want to say good night to my darling nephew, Toki.
Yes, man.
I hope you have a good night tonight.
Well, he's listening somewhere there. He doesn't miss the program. Even in hospital, Turkey listening.
Yes, but he's home. He's home now. So
yeah, he's home.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just want to say good night to all Grenadians, Dr. Keith Mitchell and all his members. We house solid and we pillar strong and we coming back stronger than ever. So you all have a blessed night, everyone.
All right. Thank you so very much, caller.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right.
All right.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yes, that's our Aruba connection call. So that is one of the people who listening on Aruba. Yes, good night to you, listener, and we do hope to hear from you soon again. All right, folks. Yes, we're gonna still take our 2 calls. We can still take about 2 calls. We've got enough time. We can take about 2 more calls before myself and JJ say good night. Yeah, we can take roughly about 2 calls before myself and JJ say good night to each and every one of you. All right, 440-7377. That's 440-7377. Good job, JJ. Nice. Draw next one for Daddy, right? You draw next one for me? Yeah, draw next one for me. Go on. Try it for me. Daddy, come in. Okay, I come in.
Draw Gordon?
Yes, draw Gordon. Yeah. Folks, if you don't know, when it comes to children and Thomas the Train, they have to know who Gordon, James, Oliver, Percy. You have to know who his Zero, or you have to know who all of them are. If you don't, you'll be in problems. You need to know who all the trains are in Thomas the Train. Identify them by the whistle or by the shape. You need to know and the color. All right, 440-7377. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside before we close off tonight's program and this week's program. I must say, I was about to do a 1-hour program tonight. I was all for it. I was going to do a 1-hour program, and I just decided, no, we're going to go for the 2 hours. Let's see how it works out, and we're going to go for the 2 hours. And we've been able to make it for the 2 hours. We have been able to make it for the 2 hours. No, that doesn't mean I'm going to be bringing JJ in the studio with me all the time. No, tonight is an aberration from the normal. Right? Let me say this though, folks. Remember the various activities this weekend. Remember the St. John branch. They have that oil long sale starting 11:30 in Grand Roy, close to the medical station there. 11:30 tomorrow morning. So look out for that one. Remember at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, the St. Andrew Southeast Youth Arm, they are having that beach day, that fun day down at Hope Beach. And they'll have little things for the children as well. They should be having bouncing castles, different things. So the children would have something that, to play and thing. And then they have other games and so fun activities. All right. So head on out there and support and other youth arms. So let's go across and support St. Andrew Southeast Youth Arm. And it's a Saturday. You could jump a bus, go up, spend some time, and you come back down. Handle scenes. All right. So that will be taking place tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. The St. Andrew Southeast Youth Arm. Then remember the meetings for next week. On Tuesday, remember you're heading to the Monjaloo RC School. That's Brother Gregory Bowen, Honorable Peter David, Honorable Emlyn Pear, and of course Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. On Wednesday, you're heading up to the Chantemel RC School, St. Patrick West. Thank you. I'm going to hang this one up, okay? So draw a next one. You'll do a next one? You'll draw a next one and then come. Draw a next one quick and come. Right? Yeah, so the St. Patrick's West, they are there. Okay, one moment. St. Patrick West on. Come, JJ, come. You're going to say good night one time with Daddy. So hop, come. Sit. Yeah, sit with Daddy. Right? We're going to say good night together, okay?
Yeah.
Right, so hold on, eh? Daddy go tell you when, okay? So you're going to say when Daddy tells you when, you're going to say good night, okay? So hold on still. So St. Patrick West, Chantemel RC School, that's going to be taking place on Wednesday. All right, all meetings start at 6:30, and of course our good friend Bello, Bello will be there. And then you have Dr. the Honorable Caris Modest, she's going to be there. Honorable Emlyn Pear is going to be there. Dr. Mitchell is going to be there. And then on Thursday, all roads lead to the Willis Community Center, where our good brother Nimrod Oliver and the team of the New National Party, Honorable Peter David, Honorable Emlyn Pear, everyone, they're going to be there. And of course, the political leader is going to be there again at 6:30. Folks, it's 10 o'clock. That's all the time we have for talking points tonight. We have got to go. Say good night. Say good night, everybody. Say good night. Say it here. Come on, JJ. Say good night to everybody. You're not saying good night tonight? You're only showing off the pearly whites? Say good night tonight. Say good night, everybody. Say love you. JJ just decided he want to watch at himself on the screen alone. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here. In everything you say and everything you do, do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. I am out.
There was a time not long ago when it was safe to chastise your government. The opposition leader shared the respect of the Prime Minister and President. Now we have a tyrannical democracy where misplaced priority creates abject poverty. To oppose government policy is living dangerously. So now truth is a sin, and lies and deception are the virtues now trending. If I say the government in my land don't care for the local man, I'm a wanted man. Simple truth. If I say my green Dominica has been bequeathed to Red China, I'm a wanted man. Simple truth. If I say Parliament has become a comedy competition, I'm a wanted man. Wanted for speaking truth, wanted for caring about the youth, wanted for wanting fairness in my land. So I'd much rather be a wanted man than to be a yes man. to a godless, corrupt politician. They've hired bounty hunters and character assassins on the radio. Never before have we ever seen a little money make Jumbie dance so. Men of faith selling away their blessings. Parents trading the future of their children. Fortune spent to persecute the innocent. Elimination of opposition and foreign investment. That's politics in these times. If I say law enforcement is blind to the real criminals in these times, I'm a wanted man. Simple truth. If I say the businessmen of this land are afraid of one man, I'm a wanted man. Simple truth, simple truth. If I say that one man fools most of the people all the time, I'm a wanted man. Wanted for speaking truth, wanted for caring about the youth, wanted for wanting fairness in my life. So I'd much rather be a wanted man and keep my soul free from the soul snatch.